Hi, I'm Michelle with CellBotics, and with me,
I am Nicole, the cell phone repair trainer here at CellBotics.
all right, and today we are posing this question. We want you to really think about it. Are you missing your opportunity for financial freedom?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was talking with Nicole, and we always talk about what we want to do as a benefit, not only to our students, but just to the people that might be listening to us anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And being that it's the 4th of July weekend and that we celebrate freedom, what in terms of freedom are you looking for, and do you think you've missed that opportunity? Because see, when I think about freedom, I not only think about being able to go anywhere I want to do anything I want to do, but I think about financial freedom. I think about creating generational wealth. I think about the freedom to spend time with my family. And by having this or building this legacy, what that freedom means to me. Now, for me, being able to teach, and for those of you that know me and those that don't, I teach a course here once a month. This allows me the freedom to work on my books. It allows me to spend time with my family. And it allows me to see more than, I say, the average person that has to work a 9 to 5. Because I can travel when I get ready to. I can take vacation when I get ready to. All of that is because I invested in myself. Now, Nicole, what does freedom mean to you, and what does having financial freedom mean?
Uh, I guess for me, probably one of my people always ask me what motivates you, and that's some people they have these really romantic answers my family or my child or my passion and I love people and I want to help people. For me it's just I have an extreme, I guess I would call it fear of poverty, just because I grew up poor, and for me I just do not want to be poor. And I watched this video a couple days ago and it said the amount of wealth you will have is the amount that you're willing not to have. It was what are you willing to put up with? Then that's as much as you're going to get. You have to know how much you're not willing to accept, because then that's how far you're going to excel, right? And so it's what are you in what in your perception in your mind are you willing to accept, right? And so for me, freedom is more of financial freedom is more of security for me. So it's knowing that I'm not going to go without. You know what I mean? And I used to make it all about my family. I really did. And I really did learn through the years that you can put people first. You can do things for people that they would never even do for themselves, even if they could, and they'll still take advantage of you. And so over the years I've definitely learned that I've had to push for myself. What does that mean to me? Because it used to always be something outside of me, oh, I'm doing this for my mom, or I'm doing this for my family. And if you've seen older videos, you've probably seen me say that. But that has definitely changed, and it is changing and evolving now really rapidly, because I've learned that family will be the ones to stab you in the back, and they may or know or may not know that the whole time you're pushing and helping them and giving handouts and bringing them up and bringing them into your business and doing all these things, that you were doing it with a pure heart for them. So you got to kind of figure out what is it for you. Stop. For me, I'm if you want to figure out what makes you happy, stop looking on the outside and trying to make other people happy. You have to figure out what is your happiness. My happiness is when I get the financial freedom that I envision, which I do have that, but I still have goals, right? And so when I reach those goals, right, it's not I'm oh, we're doing so great, everything's done. Everybody should always have a goal. Once you meet one, you're making another, right? It would be that financial stability to enjoy my life and money still flow into my life without, it's my new saying is people make my money for me. So that's my new mindset. Every time I think about doing something, I'm is this going to make money for me, or do I have to be the defining factor? If I'm going to do something within CellBotics or whatever business or whatever contract that we're working on or getting in, do I have to be a defining factor there, or can other people make that money for me? And I will only do things that other people can make money for me. Now, if you're in a situation where you're just starting, that's very difficult. Now, people will try to sell you, I think, on things oh, you can go and just hire people to do stuff right out the gate. No, you need to master something, right? So if you're just starting now, like Michelle was saying in the beginning, are you missing out? Right, what was the title of it? Are you missing out on your chance? Are you
missing out on your opportunity?
Right. You're not. But you're like us when we started. And even though we're years ahead of you and you think, well, now it's 2021, I'm so behind. No, you're not. There's no better time than now. All these years, there's still no better time than now, And you got to start.
Well, think about this. Mm-hmm. And let's just talk about computers and what we know. Statistically, by the year 2025, there will be over 25 billion computer devices in use. And people will always need service. The question is, are you going to miss out on the opportunity to better yourself? Now, you don't have to come to CellBotics. But the question is, are you going to find something that you like or you're interested in that will be this investment for your financial freedom? And that's where we're talking to you today. Mm-hmm. So part of that financial freedom is for you that have been looking at our course and been watching our videos. Mm-hmm. More people now are working from home. They need people, technicians, like yesterday. We have
the job shortages, like the people to fill the jobs. And I was just talking about this in class today because this came up, there's all these news, stories going on, how people don't want to return to work because of this stimulus. Right. What happened is people reevaluated their life and they learned, I don't need as much as I thought I needed. And I actually enjoy working from home and being more with my family and having more freedom. So there's this huge readjustment that I feel like everyone is going through, but that's left a big vacuum.
Yes.
Okay. And so if you're someone that's like, no, I'm okay with working, I'm okay to go to the office, you definitely can learn these skills and fill those positions. But at the same time, if you're that someone who's like, no, I don't want to return to work, I want to work for myself, this is another vacuum going on because even companies need employees, but they need contractors too. And individuals need to hire companies, which are individuals that have a company. So it's like, no matter the way you look at it, it's...
We're in demand.
Business. Yeah,
we're in demand. That's what it is.
Right.
People that have technological skills are in demand. Just bottom line. Hardware, software, it doesn't matter. If you have information technology and computer hardware repair skills, mm-hmm. you're in demand. People are looking for you. I have recruiters that are calling me. It's like, I've got jobs. Do you have any students? I've got jobs. Do you have any students? So the other part of it is...
So many calls. It's like daily.
Got small businesses. Do you have students available that have their own business that can service our small business? Right. All we're telling you is you haven't missed your opportunity. Mm-hmm. But the question is how long are you going to wait mm-hmm. and continue to just question whether you have it or not? Mm-hmm. The only way to know is to invest in yourself.
Right.
That way you won't be thinking when you get into your 40s, 50s, and 60s,
or maybe you're already there.
Well, I have...
And you're not too late if you're there.
Well, I have students that come in that are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and they're like, man, I wish I had taken this 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine where I could have been.
Right.
We don't want that to be you 5 years from now wondering, man, if I had taken that course, where I could have been right now.
We have some people that watch this channel and religiously ask, is it too late now? No, it's too late now, right? No, it's too late now. I'm like, how many times are you going to sit and say it's too late? Like, it wasn't too late 10 years ago. It wasn't too late 5 years ago. It wasn't too late a year ago. It wasn't too late a day ago. Like, there's,
Well, let me give you some information. The Department of Labor sees a 47% increase in the job market for people that have IT skills.
She's so smart. She just keeps up with the statistics. I'm like...
Well, I have to because we work together.
I'm not good with that kind of stuff. So
partnerships, but this is what they're saying about having IT skills. And think about it. We talk about everything from cell phones all the way into disaster recovery repairs. All these things that can make you revenue. We teach you multiple streams of revenue
with this skill set.
With this
So
skill set
this skill set that you're learning, we give you all these different ways to earn money. It's not just one way. Like, I had a conversation this week with just someone that I met randomly, and that they own a web design company out of their home. And he had done hardware and software and all of these things to computers. And I said, well, you know, how are you doing hardware repairs? Oh, no, there's no money in that. I was just like, you know what? I'm on personal time, and I don't want to give you the rundown, but I'm just telling you right now, without giving myself away too much, there is definitely a need for it. And so we kind of went over some things, but, you know, as some people do, they get stuck in there. I know everything, you don't know anything. While I'm sitting here, he doesn't even know that I'm, you know, own a company that we do so much hardware repair, and questioning me and like, nah, you know, I did that. And I'm just like, God, he has no idea who I am. Not that I'm famous, but like, you know, like he doesn't know the industry that well, you know what I mean?
Exactly. But the thing about it is, here we had a student, one of our students that is in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and got approached with the opportunity. But because he had invested in himself, he's now ready to take on where he's getting more and more repairs.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, do you think you missed your opportunity? Even 10 years from now, you wouldn't have missed your opportunity. But the thing about it is, why are you denying yourself wealth?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you denying yourself the chance for the freedom that you really say you desire?
So I think some people are scared. They feel like if they spend this money and then they don't commit, you know it. You know deep down that's your problem. A lot of the problem is just, if I spend this, will I stick to it and actually do it? It's not, is the industry. You're not really asking that. Some of you, you're just actually knowing deep inside of you that you're going to come do this and not stick to it. That's something that you have to work through. You have to stick to it. When you come to this class, you stick to what we teach you. You go through our processes. You finish the content that we give you. You start doing the things that we taught you, and you will make the money. It's not a concern if the ability to make the money is there. You've got to get that out of your mind. It's your mind's way of giving you an excuse.
Exactly.
It is your brain giving you an excuse. Okay.
Well, I'm going to say it to you like this, and I'm going to keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
If you manifest garbage, you get garbage.
That's right.
If you manifest the destiny that you want,
Mm-hmm.
that you desire, then that's what you'll achieve.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And you have to know you're going to do it and stick to it. But no, you haven't missed your opportunity.
You won't.
Mm-hmm.
20 years from now, there's IT and computers will continue to evolve.
They're going to change. Are you going to get stagnant? No, we haven't got stagnant. I know people that were in business back in pagers who ended their career in pagers when pagers stopped. Why didn't they upgrade? Why didn't they learn into phones? Well, that's a limited mindset. That's someone who looks at someone and says, beepers are over. I've met people, I swear to God, say, oh, I made hundreds of $1,000s a year on beepers, and then phones came out and put me out of business. And I was,
why didn't you just transition?
Why didn't you just
that was a
change,
normal
right?
process.
Right, a normal progression.
Well, think about this. When
Normal progression of any industry, any business.
Yeah. When I started, it was workstations and desktops. There weren't laptops. When I started, there weren't cell phones. There weren't tablets. But I've continued to invest in myself. This is how Nicole and I met. I took her class.
Right. Long time
All
ago.
I'm trying to tell you is it hasn't stopped. It won't stop.
In any industry you get into. You can say, oh, I'm going to do a barber. There's a progression there. Things change. Hairstyles change.
Exactly.
You have to learn new tools. Restaurants. Food styles change. People's eating habits are changing. How they want natural. You got to learn about all of that. I mean, any industry you get into, you say Amazon selling, drop shipping, all of it changes constantly. And it's just like IT. It will change, it will grow, it will mutate, but you have to change with it.
Exactly.
That's it.
But there's always going to be, IT is always going to be in demand. IT is always going to be in demand. Why not come here and get your start as a beginner? That way you can grow with the industry. You're never going to be out of demand. All I'm trying to tell you is you haven't missed your opportunity, but don't let your limiting mindset make you miss an opportunity.
Right.
I'm Michelle, the computer lady with CellBotics, and this is,
I'm Nicole.
and we'll see you next time.
All right, like and subscribe.